The RPI men's hockey team finished 9th of 12 teams in the ECAC last year. And if the Engineers are hopeful of a turnaround this year, the other league coaches and media were not. RPI was picked preseason to finish 10th this season, but then the unbeaten streak happened. After a somewhat slow start to the year, RPI plowed through 9 straight games without a loss. In fact, they're currently tied for first in the ECAC standings and sit just a single spot outside the top 20. RPI's unbeaten streak was interrupted on Saturday in South Bend, Indiana, against 8th-ranked Harvard 4-0. The Engineers get a rematch with Harvard at their place on Saturday, Dartmouth first on Friday. But before that, we are joined in studio by senior captain Chris Bradley. Thanks for being here.
Thanks for having me on.
You guys are off to a great start this season despite a 4-0 loss to Harvard on Saturday. You're picked 10th in the ECAC preseason poll. Was everybody just wrong about you guys at the start of the season?
I think we kind of used that as a little motivation. You know, we didn't mind being the underdog, and coming off last season, we knew we had a lot to prove to ourselves and you know, the rest of the league. So I think guys use that as motivation, and we're going to keep that going the rest of the way here.
So you probably surprised a lot of people, but you haven't really surprised yourselves?
No, we know we're a good hockey team, and we know what we have in that locker room. The character we have in that locker room, you know, all the way up through the classes, through the ranks, is second to none. And we know with the coaching staff and everyone working together, we're all on the same page, working towards, you know, a common goal. I think we got a good thing going so far.
Well, it was quite a streak you were on, 9 games unbeaten until Harvard on Saturday. But on your way out to South Bend to play in a couple of games, I know you stopped by your house just outside of Buffalo.
Yeah, it was a treat. My mom had wanted to do that for a while. I know she was just looking for an opportunity that our team could get out that way, and this looked like the perfect timing. She actually just got her kitchen redone, so I know it cost my dad a little more than he had initially planned. But yeah, so the kitchen looks great, and we had probably 30, 40 plus people there, all stuffed into the house, and tons of food, all my favorites, you know, from the sweet potatoes and mashed potatoes.
Here it is right here. Let's take a look. So we see carrots. We see, is that pasta?
Yeah, we got pasta, turkey, barbecue chicken, Cajun chicken, lemon chicken. There was sweet potato salad, applesauce, cranberries. I mean, you name it, and a lot of desserts thrown in there. So it was quite the spread for us.
Who did all the cooking?
My mom did some of it. I had my grandma. We had a couple of the chicken catered. Desserts were from my grandparents. My girlfriend helped out, and it was just there's a lot of leftovers, to say the least, but it was great.
It was pretty much an assembly line to get to the food.
Yeah,
right?
More or less. Everyone was just kind of sprawled out, you know, around the house, and there was definitely a food coma afterwards. There was a lot of people laying on the couch and couldn't really move, so it was a treat.
So the bus just kind of pulls up right outside the house?
More or less, yeah. I live in a small little neighborhood, so to have this huge, giant bus pull up was probably the neighbors were looking out the window like, what's going on here? But no, it was nice.
It must have meant a lot to mom and dad to have everybody there.
Yeah, you know, being my senior year in that, they wanted to give back to the program in any way they could, you know, for the opportunity that's given me, you know, in my career and my life. So this was just their small little way of saying thank you, and they really wanted to do it. So
that was Thanksgiving dinner at your house on Wednesday.
Right.
Then you got to South Bend to play a couple of games over the weekend and had another Thanksgiving dinner on Thursday.
Yeah, we found this little buffet spot that had just as big of a spread as this. You know, there were tons of people there, and so we all got a little buffet meal and helped ourselves a little pumpkin pie after. And, yeah, Thursday evening was a lot of fun, and it was a good time.
And then you still went out and got a victory on Friday, so you didn't overeat.
Right, yeah, we worked off the turkey enough on Friday, I guess, so that was good.
Well, you talked about everything that this program has meant to you and to your family. Take me back to your recruitment and how you ended up choosing RPI.
So I played junior hockey in Youngstown, Ohio in the USHL. I left after my junior year of high school. I moved out to Ohio, played my senior year there. And then I took 1 year off from school, played another year in Youngstown. It was a great time. It was an awesome opportunity in my life, and met a lot of great people. Still some of my best friends today. My billet mom, who I lived out there with, is like my second mother. I keep in touch with her all the time. So that was a very special time for me. But my first year, we do the Fall Classic every year in the USHL. That's pretty much around the time that I committed to RPI. I had taken a visit out that summer, towards the end of the summer, before I went out to Youngstown again. And I just fell in love with it right away, and the coaching staff, and it had everything that I wanted in an education. I knew that college was the route for me, and with a great education and a second to none program, it seemed like it was only fitting to be, that spot.
Freshman year, you guys have a pretty solid season, and then the next couple of years, it's been well below where you would want it to be. How much pressure did you put on yourself or maybe the other seniors that this year things were going to get turned around?
Right, yeah. I mean, the 3 years I've been here, it's been a learning process. I've learned something new from every year, what I like, what I dislike, what the team needs, and that. So to have that learning curve, it definitely helps. And once you get to your senior year, I mean, reality sets in, man. It's crazy. Like, I can't believe we're already going into December, and being a senior, you want to leave a legacy, and we always talk about that as a senior class and what's our legacy going to be. And so far, we don't have much to say, if we're being honest with each other. And so we had, I remember after our season ended last year, before we went into spring training, we had the entire senior class sit down, and we just hashed it out for an hour or two and talked about everything that we wanted, how we wanted to go with things, and our expectations for the season. And I think our leaders on our team have done an exceptional job of getting the team prepared for what's to come and the season. And that's not to just say the seniors. I mean, we have leadership throughout every class, and it's been good to work with those guys, and everyone's pulling their weight right now.
You're currently tied for first in the ECAC, undefeated through 6 games in conference play, just above Harvard, in fact. A top 10 team in the country. But when you lost to them this weekend on the road, was there a sense of we're close but we're not quite to that level yet of a top 10 team in the country, or was it just a bad skate?
No, I think we know that we're there. We have full confidence in ourselves and in every guy in that locker room. And we didn't play the way we wanted Saturday afternoon, and we accept that. But we talk a lot about winners and learners. And we don't like to say that we lost. We like to say that we learned. So we learned from our mistakes, and that's been a key to us this season. And we learn and we apply those messages that we received, and we just don't dwell on the past, and we look forward to the future.
How excited are you that the future will include Harvard this weekend?
Yeah, perfect. Sometimes if we would have lost and we had to wait a couple months to play them again or whatever, it'd be might be a little more bitter. But we get a second opportunity this weekend, and that's great. They have a great program this year, and it's a good opportunity for us to respond. And
I know you talk about leaving a legacy. You want to do it for yourselves, but I'm sure you also want to do it for the rabid fans of RPI hockey that are there, win or lose. What has that experience been like playing in front of those fans?
Right. I honestly believe we have the best fans of college hockey. I mean, there are fans that haven't missed games in 10+ years, home or away. I know that for a fact. And every time we're on the road, fans are coming. I mean, Notre Dame, I think we had the loudest cheering section, for both games. Guys are coming out there and supporting us. And I think if I can go back to that question you said before about what I liked about RPI, I would say the community as well. This community just revolves around the RPI hockey program, and I know that. And it's a special place, and so when you get fans that are that loyal and passionate to the program, it's special that we can do something for them and give back to them. So that's a big part of the legacy thing for us, and we want to make sure that we're giving back to the community.
I know you're still obviously focused on the rest of this season, but what's for you after this? Would you like to continue playing at the next level?
Yeah, I think that's everyone's dream, and for sure that's one of mine as well. But I'd like to just focus on this season and creating a legacy with my brothers right now, and I think the rest will take care of itself after that.
And then finally, when we look ahead to the rest of this season, is there one thing particularly the team is focused on right now, getting better in a certain area maybe?
Yeah, we just want to work on our consistency. I think that's the biggest thing that we've been trying to do so far. It's the hardest thing, I believe, in hockey, is to be consistent in everything you do. I mean, we talk about every day doing things the right way, and no matter what you're doing, whether you're at the rink, away from the rink, it's about doing things the right way, because it's all going to translate over to the game. I mean, practices have to be our best, and we have to be great in practices, locked in, and that'll translate over to the game. So I think our consistency is the toughest thing to work on, but we're going to keep pulling away at it.
And you jump right back into conference play on Friday, and then Harvard on Saturday, and best of luck in those 2 games and the rest of the season.
Yeah, thank you very much. I appreciate it. Thanks for having me on.